This season on Simvivor, we head to the lush Hathatok shores of Tamarong, where 5 Sims modeled by my real-life friends will compete to join one of 2 tribes, which are led by 2 returning Simvivors and tribe captains for the first time ever. Let's meet the tribe captain of Ista, Joe. Joe joins us all the way back from Simvivor Season 4 Lonnie St. Taz, where he was taken out right before the finale, landed in 4th place because of a tiebreaker vote. Joe played a very quiet game the first time around, although he really did try to pull off some really strategic moves. What strategy will he pull out now that he's the tribe captain of others? Will it be different or will it be the same? Next, let's meet the tribe captain of the Iban tribe, Julie. Julie joins us all the way back from Simvivor Season 5 Mua Palam, where she was taken out also just before the final tribal council in 3rd place. Julie played an opposite game to Joe, where she was an absolute powerhouse, winning challenges, dominating the social game, and her competitors realized that right at the end and voted her out in a game that was otherwise hers for the win. How will Julie change her strategy now that she's in charge of others as a tribe captain? And will she powerhouse her way through this season too? Julie and Joe will inhabit this birdhouse-inspired camp with 5 other Sims, but only 4 of those Sims will be on their 2 tribes. Joe and Julie will each recruit 2 Sims after the first episode. Who will they be? And who are they? Let's meet them. First, we have Allison. Allison is a social butterfly ray of sunshine. She always brings the laughter, smiles, and the confusion to any strategic situation. How will Allison work her way through the game? And will she convince Joe and Julie that she's the best fit for their tribes? Next, we have Megan. Megan is Allison's best friend and quite the opposite. She's super strategic, super athletic, and super competitive. How will that stack her against the competition? Next, we have Jess, another friend in the group, someone who I always loved being around, someone who made me laugh, somebody who could talk your ear off, and somebody who's also super athletic and competitive. How will this stack her against her friends? Will she talk her way onto a tribe, or will she talk her way out of the competition? Next, we have Michael. Honestly, one of the quietest people you'll ever meet, but somebody who has so many opinions that he's ready to share. How will this land him on one of his tribes, and will he bring that sneaky energy right into the game? Last but not least, we have TJ. TJ to me is the definition of go with the flow. He's super friendly, super fun to be around, and super chill, but also is not going to be afraid to stab you in the back. Will he bring that competitive spirit to Hathatok Shore? Which 4 of these 5 Sims will make their way onto Julie and Joe's tribes? Who will compete their way to the end and survive all of the tribal councils needed to become the sole Simvivor of Simvivor, Hathatok Shore? Hello there everyone, Coolnickyd here. Welcome back to another video. Today, I am ecstatic to be here with part 1 of Let's Play The Sims 4 Simvivor Hathatok Shore. Or at least that's how I'm going to say it. It could be Hathatok Shore, but I don't know. We're going to call it Hathatok Shore. It is yet another season of Simvivor, which is just generally one of my favorite series to make. It fuels my creativity. In real life, another season of the real life show of Survivor is about to finish, and so I was fueled to post another or create another Simvivor season. And as I always start every season, I want to thank you for giving me an amazing platform to just post this. Whether no one watches it or 500 people watch it, I don't care, because this is genuinely me playing The Sims for fun. This is my favorite thing to make. I love doing them. And despite the fact, I don't know when this is being posted at all, but I believe by the time I'm recording this, a season of Simvivor is actually coming out already, but I haven't recorded an actual season of Simvivor in forever. I record these and save them on my computer for when I need to upload them. So it's been so long since I've actually done one, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is also probably the first year where I've ever done 3 Simvivors in a single year. As the intro told you, we are here starting with 5 brand new Simvivors based off of some of my friends from high school, and these 5 are such a crew. So the 5 of these newbies are going to be competing to join one of our 2 tribe captains, Joe and Julie, who are returning from previous seasons. And they're not at the camp right now because we're actually just going to let our 5 newbies mingle with each other and get to know each other in the game before they really start competing with their tribe captains. So basically how this is going to work is later on today, we're going to have a challenge where Joe and Julie are going to compete to get first pick of who they want on their tribe. And so they will then get to schoolyard pick one by one between TJ, Megan, Allison, Jess, and Michael. Each tribe is only allowed to have 2 choices, and there's 5 of them. So that means one person will go home at the end of this episode without even ever joining a tribe, without even technically having to be voted out at tribal council. So this is really a recruitment episode. This is, you have to show why you are worthy to join their tribe. And so we're going to have some really great conversations. Hopefully when we bring in the 2 tribe captains, hopefully have each of these 5 really, give them their case why they deserve to be on their team. And so next episode, when the tribes are actually created, it's all fair game. It's all is fair in love and war. We're going back to regular Simvivor rules. Anyone can be voted out. Julie and Joe do not necessarily have special powers because they're tribe leaders at all. They're just going to get to choose the starting tribes, and in a hope for them to kind of reclaim their own Simvivor journey and hopefully do better this time around. And so we'll talk about Joe and Julie and who they are as Simvivor players a little bit later, but I just wanted to get the basis. So it's definitely interesting. It's not something that I believe Survivor has ever done. I know they've done schoolyard picks, but it's basically all it is. To put it simply, it's a schoolyard pick. But Joe and Julie get to compete for who gets the first pick. All right, so their full autonomy is on. Let's click play. I am literally in love with this camp. You'll notice that all of the logos and everything have a lot of bird imagery, so I wanted to do this really cool treehouse, birdhouse inspired camp. There's lots of feathers, there's lots of dead fish, because, birds eat fish. There's a lot of really cool things around the camp. It's very colorful, it's lush, and I absolutely love it. Every single season that I put a pool in the camp, they always flock to the pool. They love, love, love the pools. I remember in Simvivor season 6, I had a pool on their lot and they literally loved it. I'm like, guys, you have a beautiful ocean over here. You have beach access and you're swimming in the pool. Although low-key, that would probably be me as well. Oh, and we have TJ and Allison starting up what seems to be one of our first conversations of the season. It's funny, these first few, hours where they're not on tribes, because they're socializing with people that they don't necessarily even know will be on their tribe. So it is important to really socialize with everybody. TJ likes small talk, sure. The other really funny thing about TJ and Allison approaching each other to talk is that they are actually really good friends in real life. And now we have Jess and Megan over here socializing. Michael's sleeping, which is great. Sleeping on Survivor has never proven well for the first episode. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, and I love Megan's outfit here. She's actually swimming in high heels and fishnets. Don't worry, that will change. I promise you that will change eventually once they are given tribes. Megan is over here to join the convo. Nice. So, oh, and Michael has also woken up. Oh, and Michael's also going to join. See, he heard me. He was like, oh, okay. He's like, I won't sleep. If I'm not supposed to sleep, I won't sleep. They're all like, what do you guys think is going to happen later today? What's it going to be like when the tribe captains join the camp? Shrug. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right. Our tribe captains, Joe and Julie, have arrived. They are here to wreak havoc on the camp. Let's see if they'll go directly into socializing, or Joe's gonna just go directly to sleep. Okay, Joe, maybe he doesn't really need to focus on who he's picking right now. He needs to focus on winning because he wants first pick. Doesn't matter. He'll figure out who everyone is later. He just wants to make sure. Maybe Joe would judge on. I don't feel like Joe would judge on physical appearances. Technically, like if you're doing a schoolyard pick, you're always obviously gonna want to pick the buff people that look like they can win competitions. So you don't necessarily need to know everybody, but it would definitely help if you knew everybody. So no sleeping on Survivor, Joe. No sleeping. Get up. So Julie has started the first tribe captain conversation and looks like she's chatting with Megan. I'm sure Allison may jump in as well. So maybe Megan and Allison did jump in. So, oh, and Megan wants to. So what I'm seeing here is that Megan is campaigning. Obviously, they want to be chosen. They don't want to be voted. They don't want to be the last pick because then they're out of the game. Megan is like, Allison, like, please leave. I am trying to convince Julie that I should be on her team. The thing is, guys, if I was in Julie's situation and Megan and Allison were like best friends and they were like, oh my gosh, you should pick us both. You should pick us both. I wouldn't want to do that because then you would be outnumbered. You would literally be outnumbered. If they lost, Megan and Allison are friends and Julie's like chump change and then she's out. And so I definitely, and that would like be repeating what happened to her in her first season. So I feel like Julie and Joe are in a really difficult space because they want to pick people that are going to work together, but not too well together that they get you out. So I feel like, honestly, this like, no, I don't want Allison here is not like a bad no, I don't want Allison here. It's kind of like Megan's sign to be like, Allison, get out. I'm, working. I'm campaigning for us here. Julie definitely wouldn't really want to bring two people that are super close together. She wouldn't. It wouldn't make any sense. Okay, so now it looks like Megan has left and Allison is maybe pitching her deal to Julie, which is nice. It's nice to see that they're actually trying. And we also see TJ and Michael that are about to engage in a conversation. I feel like besides the group chats, Michael and TJ have really been the only people that have been, like, TJ has been the only person that Michael has really been talking to. So it'll be interesting to see how that works as well. All right, so everyone head to bed, but it is also now 4 o'clock in the morning and people are starting to wake up. Again, please ignore their ugly pajamas. That'll all change once they actually join some tribes. Julie is practicing her swimming. She is laser focused, and she was always laser focused. She was somebody who in her first season, she dominated. She literally won, I think, almost every challenge. If not every challenge, like maybe every challenge except for one. And I personally think she would have won if she made it to the final two. Joe, on the other hand, is somebody who, as we can maybe see from this episode, was somebody who played a much more quiet game, but was a much more strategic player. And Joe also won my reindeer games series. I did a little mini series where I made a few of my friends compete in Christmas themed challenges, and Joe was actually the winner. Spoiler alert. So Joe has that strategy in him. He absolutely has that strategy in him. But in the game of Simvivor, he definitely took a more quiet approach. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the two of them treat their leadership abilities. All right, it's morning time and Joe is finally awake. Will he take this time to socialize with maybe the people that are going to be on his future tribe? Let's see. They're socializing with each other. Is Joe going to socialize with them? No. Everybody else chit-chatting, even Julie. But maybe he's like, I want to be the chill tribe leader. I want to make sure I'm not showing my cards too soon. I want to make sure that just like I'm playing at my own pace. He's like, I will pick my tribe members. I will end up doing really well. But I just don't want to, play a flashy game like Julie is. Because, if anything, it puts a target on her to be, this super charismatic, trying to campaign kind of person. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out in a little bit. Joe and Julie are going to face off in a challenge for first pick. Michael, again, is the only one who really seems to be kind of steering away from the group conversation, obviously, besides Joe. But, again, it's always so weird because we have almost a full lot every single Simvivor season, and there's always just one sim who decides to sit out of the combos. And I guess this season it's Michael. Y'all, Julie's sitting over here thinking, and she got that Megan thought bubble. And I'm telling you, she's thinking that because Megan's going too hard. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to the relationships that they make, but genuinely, I would think the same thing. If somebody was like, you need to pick me, and these girls are my best friends, like we should all be on the team together, that would really scare me because it's like, I'm going to be at the bottom of the totem pole. So I get it, Julie. I get it. I get why you would be a little weary about that. Joe and Julie are going to chat with each other. Interesting. I feel like Joe is going to be like, so Julie, what have you observed? What are the vibes? Yeah. Joe's like, listen, I'm not going to be doing all this flashy stuff. He's like, just let me know what you see. Let me know what you've observed. All right. So welcome to this season's challenge arena, again on the beautiful shores of Hothatok Shore. This land right over here is actually Hothatok Shore. So I feel like it was fitting for us to, you know, put our challenge arena right exactly in the place where, you know, the season is named after. I think it'll be really cool. We're going to have plenty of challenges in this area this season, a bunch of new ones that I'm just so excited about. So I think that the name Hothatok Shore is very fitting. But for our first challenge, we have a duel between Julie and Joe, and they will be battling it out to see who gets first pick at the schoolyard tribe picking. So I'm going to just have Julie and Joe play a game of chess. All right, survivors ready? Go. Now, both Julie and Joe's Sims obviously have played in this world before. They have played several games, and so their existing Sims may have quite a bit of skill to them. And so I think that this makes them the perfect candidates for a smart game like chess, you know? And I also feel like chess is like, you know, you're plotting moves, and I feel like this is the perfect, you know, metaphor for what they're about to be doing for this next, you know, tribe picking and for the rest of the season. So I'm not sure who's going to win. I honestly don't even know how to play chess, so I wouldn't even know how to tell who's winning, if it even is actually like real life. Who won? All right. Did Julie win? Julie won. Chess champion, winning a chess match. Julie, who, again, honestly very unsurprising to me, has always dominated every single competition, has just dominated the very first challenge of Simvivor Hothatok Shore, and she will get first pick in the tribe picking over Joe. So, I mean, we'll see how that goes. I mean, Julie's been putting in the work. She has been the one meticulously talking to everybody, feeling it out, feeling the yeses and the nos of people. Joe has been a silent observer, so we'll see how that plays out. We're going to give them all until tonight, and we are going to do our tribe picking at our, you know, typical tribal council time once the lights dim down low. So let's head back to camp. I am sure our 5 Sims are looking forward to seeing if they will be picked for one of the tribes. What I'm looking forward to is seeing if the tribe captains will actually do anything, aka will Joe finally talk to somebody, because I don't know who Joe's going to pick. He must have had some secret conversations. Joe is having his first ever conversation with Julie. Not with Julie, with Megan. All right. See, Megan's campaigning hard. I feel like Megan has gotten the inkling that, she's thinking long and hard. I feel like Megan may have gotten the inkling like, maybe I'm playing too hard with Julie. I should probably, you know, head around to Joe too and try all my options. Or maybe she's like, Joe hasn't talked to anyone. Maybe instead of Joe looking to go to other people, maybe Joe is waiting for people to go to him. So I'm telling you, like I said it in the intro, but I feel like Megan, she's very strategic. Okay, Jess also just had a thought bubble to talk to Joe. All right, see, Jess is like, oh my God, Joe's talking to somebody. Maybe he's waiting for other people to approach him, and Jess is taking that opportunity. All right, I love to see it. I love to see it. Oh, it also seems like Michael and Allison are chatting over here. All right. I feel like Julie's like, I did my work earlier today. Now I get to relax. I'll let Joe talk to everybody, blah, 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 blah. TJ, I feel like TJ's been a little quiet besides talking to like Michael earlier. Has he really talked to anyone? I'm not really sure. TJ, you should probably go chit chat. Yep. Megan is back over here with Joe. She's like, I like this guy a little bit more. Julie was a little bit, maybe I was a little bit too hard on Julie. I need to Yes, please end this holiday. Stupid holiday. TJ heard me. TJ is about to chat with Julie. TJ's like, yo, you see those other people talking over there? You don't want them. You want me on your tribe. Julie and Joe are talking again, maybe talking about what they've observed for day 2, maybe talking about who they're going to pick, right? That's got to be a big topic of conversation because, like, what if they want to pick the same person? What if Julie's like, well, I get first pick, and Joe's like, well, that's my first pick, and Julie's like, well, I get first pick. It's Joe could potentially steal Julie's second pick by picking it as his first pick, so it'll definitely be really interesting to see what they do. All right, I feel like we've seen a lot of different conversations happening today, like literally too much for me to even keep track of. And the tribal council lights are about to turn on. So I think it is just about time that we set up our very first quote unquote tribal council and we see who is going to end up on these tribes. Let's do it. All right, everyone, welcome to our very first quote-unquote tribal council, or really our tribe picking, where both Joe and Julie will pick their tribes in a schoolyard pick. Now, earlier in the episode, Julie won the chess match between her and Joe, and she gets first dibs. So the rest of them will now be potentially chosen to either be on Julie's purple tribe or Joe's red tribe. And one person will not be chosen, meaning they will be the first person voted out and the first member of our jury. So even though there was no challenge for them, the challenge was socializing. It was convincing Joe and Julie that they are the right fit. So let's recap the week. TJ, we did see you chatting it up with Julie earlier today, and we also saw you chatting it up with other people around camp. Did you convince Joe and Julie enough that you were a valuable member to either of their tribes? Megan, we saw you playing harder than anyone else at camp this week. It seems like you really appeased both members, Julie and Joe, who will get to you first. Allison, you seem to just have a fun time at camp. You were singing campfire songs, chatting it up with everybody. Who did you chat it up with more, Julie or Joe? Jess, we saw you take the opportunity to talk to Joe earlier. Did that secure a spot on the tribe for you? And Michael, despite sleeping at the start of the episode, it looks like you picked up some conversation by the end. Was it enough? All right, so Julie has the first pick. And Julie's first pick to be on the Ebon tribe with her is Megan. So no surprise there. Julie and Megan absolutely chatted it up the most. And even though Megan was, hitting it hard with her and maybe coming a little bit too strong, maybe that's exactly what Julie wants on her tribe, a bigger target than herself. So congratulations, Megan. You will live to see another day. Joe's first pick is Jess. So Joe's first pick was actually also Megan, but Julie took it. Joe's second pick would have been Jess. So therefore, Jess defaults to Joe's first pick. No surprise there. She was one of the only 2 people that we saw chatting with Joe. Julie's second pick for her tribe is TJ. Yes, TJ and Julie's conversation in the pool earlier seemed to sweeten the deal for her, and so TJ, Megan, and Julie will be the purple tribe members. And it's perfect, so they're already wearing purple. It's like I predicted it. Which leaves Joe's final choice, and Joe's final choice for the third member of his tribe is either Allison or Michael. And so Joe has chosen Allison, meaning Michael. I'm sorry, but the tribe has spoken. Yes, Michael could not crack up enough conversation to be recruited onto either of those tribes. And so therefore, Michael, we will be seeing the last of you in the Simvivor game today. I'm sad to see Michael go. He definitely, like I said, was a little bit quiet early on, which probably wouldn't have helped him in future episodes either, but he definitely did seem to have some conversations, chatting it up with some fellow tribe members, and I'm sure that he would have done a lot better if he did make it past the first week, but he just didn't chat enough with Joe or Julie. So I'm really sorry, Michael, to not have you play this season, really, but I feel like we have a super strong group with the rest of these 6, and they are going to make, oh, we're inside Michael's head, and they are going to make a stellar season. So Jess, Julie, Joe, TJ, Allison, and Megan, they will be our 6 members, and we're going to be competing with them on 2 separate tribes. So I'm going to have to go off camera, change their outfits, and turn them into both the red and purple tribe properly, or the Ista and Iban tribe properly. And in the next episode, we will kick it off with our very first tribe challenge. Thank you all for watching episode 1 of Hatha Talk Shore. I'm so happy to be back with Simvivor, and I hope you guys are happy to watch it. And if you did, please like. It's a big help, and I will see you guys all again next time. Goodbye. Woo!